Pastor Todd here, Director of Generosity by LifeWay. Today I want to help you learn to teach less on money and more on generosity. Now I know teaching on money isn't your favorite topic, and possibly you only do it when you have to, and I completely understand that. So let me help you know what you already know intuitively and give you some freedom on how to unleash this topic of generosity in your church. So here's a simple exercise you can do. Give some thought to some of the most generous people you know. Get some names in your mind, see their faces, just a few, the most generous people you know, and they can be believers or not believers. It's, generosity is generosity. And so I want you to begin to maybe write down some notes as you think about those generous people. What's their life like? What principles do they live by? What makes them generous? How does it feel to be a generous person? What are some thoughts that they have? What are some attributes in their life? So as you begin to mark out some of the characteristics of a generous person, you might create some words that say, well, they're really thoughtful, or they're caring, or they're other-centered, they're joy-filled, they're positive, they're alert, they're sensitive and caring and sharing, and they're thankful people, they're faith-filled people. They're always on the lookout. They're sensitive to others. When you come with a long list of what a generous person looks like. And probably what's not going to be on that list is that they're wealthy, or that they're a certain age group, or they've even been a member of your church for a long time. So I want to help you now create some teaching topics. Once you've seen some generous people that you know and created a list of what a generous person looks like and feels like and thinks, now create some sermon series. Look at that list and say, man, what can I teach and preach on over the next 3 years that's going to help foster generosity in the life of someone? See, you can teach on a lot of topics that impact how we live generously and never have to speak about money. Now, I'm for speaking about money, and I think once you learn how to speak on generosity, talking about money will be a lot easier for you. It's when we only focus on the money that it can feel awkward for you and those that are listening to you. So listen, generous people are generous with everything. It's not just their money. So we need to back up and learn how to transform a heart and a mind to be generous. Then we'll unleash so many resources into the kingdom. Now, let me ask you one final question. Take a look at the list of characteristics that you've recorded of a generous person. How would those kind of people transform your church? What would it look like to walk into a greeter team and they all be a generous person? What would it look like to walk into worship and experience those kind of people worshiping? What would a deacon or elder or finance team meeting look like when it was filled with generous people? See, I think you'll discover that we'd love to be leading a church filled with people just like that. It'd be unbelievable. So listen, I want to encourage you, preach less on money, unlock that topic of generosity. You intuitively know what it's like to be generous. Help grow generous people. Go unleash giving today.